How's it going, everybody? Mike with Cleveland Cutting Board and Furniture Company. Time for another weekend shop update. Did you stop up and see me yesterday at the beach market? Desk accessories. I had a lady contact me 2 weeks ago, and it said she was a stay-at-home mom for years, is now back in the office, and she wanted something cool to organize her desk. So she reached out to me. We came up with this design. This is a prototype. I didn't like this one. I didn't like the ununiform size here. So this I'll probably give away or burn it. I don't know. So I made one for her, made one for myself. It turned out pretty nice. Got a lot of great feedback from that. People asking for them. So I came up with some other ideas. Made a couple prototypes, and I'm going to produce some of these, a small run of them, see how they do. But everyone's working from home. Everyone's back in the office now. So people are looking for cool things to accessorize their desk. So we'll have those coming out. Also, we are doing, can you hear the dog out there? The trays, the serving trays. So I'm going to do I'm going to do a square and a round for sure, maybe a rectangle. I'm going to do two sizes, small and large of each. This is tentatively planned right now. Do two sizes of each and take those to market. These are great for, we have them around the house. I love them. I have the one here I set up, it's set up as a little liquor tray. They work great for just dump in your pockets. You get home the other day, putting your keys in your wallet in them. There's a million accessories, million uses for them. I think I figured out a way where I can produce them in an effective, produce them at a rate that's, well, I'll still make money because there are time consuming. It's the sanding, but I got a couple things I'm gonna try different in the building process where I can make it more efficient and try and do that. So I'll do a small run of those, see how they go. They take off great. Purple skull. My buddy Mark ordered a purple skull. He wanted a purple skull with bullets in it. So I filled it up. I got some bullets from the gun range. I put them in my polisher, my rock polisher, let them run for about half a day. So yeah, so I take that, I take the brass from my shooting range, put them in my rock tumbler with the grit to polish them up a little bit. Then I put them in I mix up the mold, I mix up the epoxy, pour the bullets and the brass and the epoxy into the mold, and I put the whole thing in a vacuum chamber, which pulls all the air out. So when those bullets get tipped up, it gets locked up air in there, then it comes out later and it affects the look. So extra step, takes about an extra half an hour to make, but turns out really cool. So gonna do some more of those in the future. I have some big projects coming up with resin, so I'll be able to pour some more of the skulls. Okay, what else? My buddy Dan table. My buddy Dan's table. Dan's got a great outside space, and he had an old grill that he got rid of the grill but kept the base. So we're making this table to go on the base out of sapele. It's made. All I gotta do is cut the final shape, which will take about a minute. And then he just signed off on the design. We're going to CNC carve a design and fill that with resin and blue for his wife's favorite color. So that's coming along nicely. Knife blocks. Been making knife blocks. These have been, I've made them in the past, but I figured out once again a way to make them where they're productively efficient. I think that's the right way to say it. Yeah, so these will have I'm going to do them in 5, 3, and I'm not sure what increments. I'm trying to have a set number, but the 5s are been the #1 seller right now. These are CNC carved, and then this is the spot for the hanger, live edge walnut, and you slap your knives right on there. I use 4 of the rare earth magnets. They're about $1.50 a piece. So it adds up, but you don't want your knives falling off. So I like mine in my house because it's right next to my workstation. So as I'm on my cutting board, I can grab my long chef knife, my paring knife. I can pull right off there the bread knife. So all that's right there. So this is a much cooler way to go, I think. So those I have 2 more of those done in the next week or so. And I got more live edge black walnut I want to incorporate into it. So let's see what else. Dog panels. So my friend Karen, she had this older chair, kind of a crazy 80s, 70s vibe to the chair. And originally we were going to take the chair, refinish it. And it just wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable with it. So the thing with the chair is she had an artist friend of hers on the cedar go through with a wood pin. There's 3 panels, and the friend had hand drawn all these awesome artwork. All the awesome artwork on the panel. So there's that one, this one, and there's another one this size, but yeah, it's all hand drawn. So we kind of sat around. She came over. We sat in the back patio. Came up with a sketch. We're going to do an interior wall blind, like something you can shield off part of the house. So I've got the pieces all cut. And I've got them all laid out. I'm trying to figure out the best way to attach those panels. They're cedar, so they're a softer wood. I got them wrapped in a harder wood. I'm trying to figure out how I can do it and not be as if I don't want to damage those. I don't want to drill into them. I don't want to put floating tins into them. So I think I came up with a way, like a picture frame on both sides. That's been the big dilemma. That's one of those jobs I didn't want to dive into. I've been wanting to get into it, but I've kind of put the brakes on and put some thought into it. So I want it to be, it's got to be sturdy and all that stuff. And I don't want her dogs knocking it over. So the base took me a while to figure out. So those projects, I think Karen's a very patient lady. So that's good to go. The blue resin board. I finished up a blue resin board. I poured this board 3 months ago and finally got around to finishing it. So it's done. Put it up for sale. I'm sure that'll go pretty quick. So yeah, that one was a fun part. I love that blue, that Exuma blue and the walnut. It's just a great combination. It looks really cool. It does. So let's see. What else we got here? Incense burner. My wife had asked me to make her an incense burner. When we were in Indonesia, they burn incense everywhere. And we both had burned incense as a kid and just kind of faded out of it and got back into it. So I made an incense burner, posted a picture. Of course, that led to, hey, can you make me one? So it's one of those things I had to figure out again, a way to make it cost effective. So I can make it efficient enough to where it's not a super high price for you guys, but I still make a couple bucks on it. So I might come out with those in the near future. I don't know. Usually stuff like that, I'll make a batch of 10 and then I won't make them again for a year. So we'll see. If you want incense, like we've kind of come back into it and like it a lot. So that's taken care of. Did some wood turning this week. I turned a nice platter, a little bowl dish thing. Turned out real nice. I've got 3 or 4 more dishes over there. Wood turning blanks ready to go. So I'm trying to do at least one a week. So yeah, so that's up for sale. That's available. What else? Seats. So one of my favorite restaurants in the world, and especially here in Ohio, is the Wine Vault. They ordered some really nice bar stools, and they came with some really shitty particle board seats. So we ripped those off, and I made this out of sapele. I took 3 pieces, laminated together, because it is so wide. You don't want to do one board that wide, because it's more likely to twist. So cut up into strips. It's a little more work, but it makes me feel better knowing that these seats, that place is packed. There's a wait sometimes to get in there, so these seats are gonna get a lot of abuse. So I use a good solid wood, and I use an outdoor UV protected finish on them, which with wood, there's no one and done with anything when it comes to wood. So this stuff is great. First 2 coats don't count, and every 2 coats after that is 1 summer. So I'm gonna put a shit ton of coats on here, but people have to realize when you do this stuff, whether it be an outside seat, furniture, or sign, there's still maintenance involved when it comes to wood. So some people like letting things age naturally. So that's going to be all done this week. Another product I came out with, I haven't even mentioned yet, but I'll mention today. I was hoping to have it done by yesterday, is coffee scoops. So I've been getting calls for these. People want just little coffee scoops. I got a company who wants to order a bunch. So I batched these out. I'll have them done this week. And I got a laser engraved some logo on there for them. So coffee scoops will be coming out soon as well. Once again, I'll probably make a batch of 20 or 30, and then that'll be it for, I'm not going to be always making, I'll make a batch and then sell them. And then when they're out, then I'll make more. So Lyman, I got a call from a friend of a friend of a friend who has an old Lyman boat, and he needed a steering hub. So I turned this on the lathe. He just wanted the Lyman logo on there, so I laser engraved that for him. And that look turned out really great. I got someone's seen it, and they ordered another one, so I'm gonna work on that. Out of mahogany, really cool. Really cool. Lymans are one of my favorite boats. Let's see, is that all of it? I think I covered it all. The blue resin cork board. That's something I haven't talked about. So I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, and I finally got around to getting it poured. So I poured about a ½ inch of resin, let that dry. Came back in the next day, poured a 1/4 inch of resin, set all the corks by hand, let that dry, came back, and then I filled the whole thing off. Now it's dried, it's ready to go. I think I'm gonna make a hall table out of it. I had a couple different ideas. I kind of went into it blind, like I'll just do this just to do it. Didn't put as much thought into it as I should have. So that'll be done. Well, I don't know, it'll be done. I might know what I'm gonna do with it by next week. So it's kind of sitting in the corner, just looking at me going, what are we doing? Yesterday was the Vermilion Beach Market, Saturday. It's always the first Saturday in August at Sherrod Park in Vermilion on the west side of town. What a great turnout. It was just an awesome, awesome event. Friday was amazing. First half of Saturday was nuts. And then I was good, sales, and it just dropped off the last 2 hours. But as I was talking to the other vendors around me, we weren't mad about it. We were just exhausted. I love doing those shows. I really enjoy it. Not just selling the stuff, but meeting people and being out there. But it was hours and hours just on your feet nonstop. So once things slowed down, we weren't too upset. But what a great show. What a great venue. They got a big playground there. The kids were going nuts. The weather was perfect. There was a nice breeze off the shore. It's always the first Saturday in August, which is also the big poker run for all the big speedboats. So all day they're screaming by the park. It was a beautiful day. I did a drone flyover. Looked really cool from the air. I'm actually working on a video for Ann, who does a great job of setting this up. So I'm doing a video for her of the whole thing so she can use it for advertising. Big sellers there. Grill scrapers. I sold out all the grill scrapers. This is the one that it was setting, it fell on the floor. I didn't know it was there. I would have sold it yesterday also. So I am 100% out. I think I brought 20 and I sold them all. So going to batch out more of these this year. Still a lot of good grilling season left. Cocktail smokers. I took 20 plus, 25, sold them all out. I have a couple that I didn't take with me because I didn't have time to finish them. And for some reason, people they're loving the old shape more than the round shape. I thought the round shape was, so I'm not sure if I'm even gonna do the round shapes anymore. Everyone just loves this style. I think they like having the handle and be able to set it on the glass. So sold out all that I had with me. I've got a handful here, like 3 or 4 here. There's wine glass charcuterie boards. I sold just about all of these. I got 5 here. I didn't have time to finish, but I sold probably 15 or so of these yesterday. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, Vermilion Beach Market's always the first Saturday in July. Definitely check it out. Sherrod Park's cool. Ann, who organizes it, does a really good job. It's well put together. I've done these shows where you show up and nobody knows where there's going. There's no porta johns. There's no trash cans. Ann does a great job. So there's a lot of great vendors there. So yeah, definitely come check it out. Too upset, but Vermilion Beach Market's always the first August and Saturday, the first Saturday in August. I've already talked to Ann, who does a great job of organizing it. I will be out there again next year. I'm actually working on a video for her. I did the drone flyover, as you seen there a second ago. Did the drone flyover, so I'm gonna put some videos together for her, and so she can use it for marketing. But yeah, I'm in on next year, so it's a great venue. Next year I'm gonna take Friday off and actually be out there all day because I screwed up by missing the first half of Friday. So, and they don't do Sundays. I know a lot of people ask me about, I can't make it Saturday. I'll see you on Sunday. Only on Saturdays. So I wish they did Sundays, but a lot of vendors don't like doing Sundays. I don't know. Let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it. I had one little incident this week. When you're in wood shop, from junior high school, one rule they tell you is when you push something through the table saw, never bring it back over the blade. Always push it through the table saw and bring it around the blade. Well, as when I cut my finger, and the other day, it was the last thing of the day. My brain is already checked out of the shop. Well, I pushed a board through the table saw. Instead of taking it and moving around, I brought it up over it. It slipped out of my hands, hit the blade, came back, and hit me right below the sternum. It hit me right there. I know it's right there because I still have a big old bruise. Knocked the wind out of me. And it's one of those things you do that you just know was stupid and you know it shouldn't have been done. And you get mad at yourself. So as I'm sitting there gasping for breath because it knocked the wind out of me, and I got this big, I'm not going to show you because it's not pretty, a big, just right below my sternum was just it wasn't this board, but it's this wide. Right across here is a big bruise. Man, so let that be a lesson to you. When you're pushing a board through a saw, don't drag it back over. Push it through and take it around the blade. I need to do is give it those paddles so I can hit it with my hip and turn the saw blade off. So that's that. And then the last thing, a project I've been working on for a year is finally this close to being done. I'm coming out with my own wood finish. This is, I call it my simple finish. It's been around for years. I've kind of tweaked it to my own. It's 4 different ingredients: boiled linseed oil, odorless mineral spirits, polyurethane, and it's something called a Japan dryer. It's my own special blend. I'm not going to tell you what the mix is. Maybe I'll tell you if you ask me, but this is a go-to simple finish. Furniture makers have had their own for a long time. I've tried some of their formulas and I didn't like them, so I tweaked it. I've been working on it I've been using this for years and years, but for the last year, I've been trying to come up with it. I was planning on having it done, but the labels, there's a problem. The labels showed up. They weren't right. I sent them back. The proof was right, but the stickers are off. They sent me another sticker, but they weren't. It's just been a nightmare with this company. So I've actually told them, forget it. I think I ended up paying them like $50 for their time, but I just said, forget it. I'll go somewhere else. So I'm redesigning the labels. So this is the can. This one's full. This is a great finish. So once I'm ready to officially release this, I'll do some videos on applying it. Super easy to apply, very durable finish. You can build up layers on this. I mean, a can this size, you could do, if you want to do it like a dining room tabletop or something like that. So I'm really excited about this. It's a big stretch for me, coming out with my old wood finish. So in the near future, I'll be doing some videos on how to apply it and what it looks like and things like that. So, all right, everyone have a great week. I'm just rambling now. I'm going to go, I should clean, but it's supposed to rain, so I'm going to go mow the grass. So anyway, everyone have a great week. I'll be in touch. There will be a Whiskey and Wood Talk this Wednesday. I haven't done the last couple because it's busy. I've been out here till 10, 11 o'clock every night. So this Wednesday, Whiskey and Wood Talk. I think that's it. Everyone have a great week. Be nice to everybody, and make sure you hit subscribe and like on the YouTube channel. My audience is slowly growing. I need to start doing more content. I want to get back into doing the tooltip Tuesdays and other stuff like that. So as my membership grows, I'll start putting out more videos. So anyway, that's it. Everyone have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Try Bear. What are you doing, you little hussy?